Hi guys, and welcome to the Batch Lady. On this channel I'm going to show you how to make some simple homemade freezable meals that you can get in the freezer whenever you want and then eat them whenever you want. So when you come home from work, imagine there's a meal just ready to heat up and go without any of the washing up. It's a very simple concept, and today we are making chili. Okay, my overhead camera has decided to stop working, so I'm just going to have to show it to you. We are making chili. Now, this is part of a meal plan that I've been making, so if you want to subscribe and log on, you can see that there's lots of meals that are very similar to this that you can make all in the one morning if you want. It's called my minced beef batch morning. Anyway, back to the chili. Chili is a fab family favourite. If you've got young kids, make it mild. If you've got older ones, you can spice it up a bit. So to start off, I have already cooked my minced beef and my frozen onions in a pan, ready to go. So they've cooled down, so they're already done. We've got our tomato sauce, which is our homemade tomato sauce. You'll get the recipe for this on my website. Very easy. 2 cans of tomatoes, some tomato puree. Try to remember all the ingredients, some oregano and some passata. 15 minutes on the stove and it's ready to go. No sugar, no preservatives or anything. Okay, so we are going to add a bag, which is 2 cups full of carrots, grated carrots. I just buy ones already grated. I don't want to spend the time having to grate them. They cost 50p already grated. You're probably cheaper to buy a carrot and grate it yourself. It's entirely up to you, depending on how much time you have. I like to do this for ease, and it works great for me. Okay, so we also want to add in then our tomato sauce. Okay, so our homemade tomato sauce is going in our chili. This is the exact same dish as you would make if you were making spaghetti bolognese. Absolutely no different at the moment. It would be identical, okay? And we're going to mix it in. And we would also add, in fact, I think we've only got a little bit left, so we're just going to use it all. Here we go. There we go. We've used up all the tomato sauce, which is great. You can measure it out if you want. The recipe's out on my website at thebatchlady.com. I always forget to say the but there is a in there, thebatchlady.com. Now, chili is a great way of getting some extra veg into your kids. I like to add some frozen mushrooms, so I add a cup of frozen mushrooms. Now, I'm doubling this up, so I could add 2 cups, but I'm actually going to add a cup and a little bit because my guys really don't like mushrooms that much. But I insist in putting them in, and they can have the odd one, especially once they're mushed down. They can't really see that they're eating them. So this one is great because it's got carrots and mushrooms in it as well. Then we all love kidney beans. Kidney beans are great if you're trying to save some money. They're cheaper than the beef. They make the beef go further, and they feel quite beefy. If your children don't like them, start by just adding a few. And then you can add more and more. I'm adding 2 cans of drained kidney beans because my guys actually really like kidney beans. So it's perfect. It saves a bit of money and it means that they're getting another thing in them. We're farmers. We eat a lot of meat. I sometimes get worried about that. So I like to make sure that they're not eating too much meat. Next, I'm going to take, that's a tablespoon. I'm going to find my teaspoon. And I need to add 3 teaspoonfuls of chili. Now I'm using mild chili powder, but you can use hot if you want. But I might feed this to some oldies. Now I've doubled the recipe, so I know I've got to add 6. I would rather it be milder and then come out the freezer, heat it up, and then give it a go and see what you think. If you want to add more to it, you can. Now, because this is all cold, this can go straight in our bags. And we are just going to bag it up. It's going to make a meal for 2. No, it's going to make a meal for 2 families of 4. But you can probably tell that we quite like big portions. So you may actually find that this makes enough for 6 people. It's entirely up to you how you want to portion it out. I'll just nip down here and grab some bags out. Make sure you label them because everything looks very similar when you pull it out of the freezer and wonder what it is. So make sure you write on exactly what it is. And I usually say 1 full ladleful is a cup portion. So for instance, if you have one of these cups, the measuring cups, then pretty much 1 is a big portion. So I give us all the same. So I give us 4. And I know that is more than enough for 4 people. I don't mind if there's leftovers because chili is something that always gets eaten out of the freezer. And my husband eats it cold. Disgusting. Who would ever want to eat it cold? But he does. So, because remember, this has been cooked now, so you can defrost it and you can cook it again, but you can't cook it a 3rd time. This is why it's good to portion out, so you know exactly what you're having, because you don't want to cook it a 3rd time. Right. Now we've only got a tiny bit left, which I'm just going to add to this bag like this. I'll move my bowl to the side. Give my hands a quick wash, and you will see that in 5 minutes we have just made chili. Now we already had cooked the meat and we had the pasta sauce ready. The pasta sauce takes about 2 minutes. Watch the YouTube clip, you'll see how quickly it takes. This chili is cool, so it can go straight in the freezer from here. Honestly, batch cooking, why wouldn't you? I've spent a morning, I've only been going for an hour, and so far we've made the tomato sauce, we've made spaghetti bolognese, chili. I'm just about to go and make fajitas with the rest of the mince that's left over because I don't need the tomato sauce for it and I've got leftover mince. It's easy. Today I'm probably going to put 16 meals for 4 in the freezer, which will do us for 2 weeks. Give it a go. Thanks for watching and please subscribe below to The Batch Lady.